Alright, so a little backstory on this. PA did 2 separate picks at the same time. One meant for fall of 21, one meant for the spring of 22. Because in their system they listed as the same code, when it all went into the warehouse, they went to distribute it, and it reads it all as one thing, so it sent it all out. So some stores got all the fall, some got both, some got only the spring. So in Western PA, for example, it's harder to find the fall than it is the spring. And in Eastern PA, I don't know if you can find the spring at all.
Yeah.
So, this was released early.
Someone done fucked up.
I was going to say, and I wouldn't even call it a fuck up. I call it just an oversight where they didn't expect that to happen.
You done fucked up,
but
Aaron.
they make their money either way, so you know they don't care in the end. They'll just fix it for next time. Yes. They know that people who want to buy it, like us, are going to buy it.
Yeah.
So, this one's very different too. This is 2 pure, 2 cuvee, 4 46, and 2 mocha.
So I have a unique thing to say about this one on the nose. I don't like it. It smells like you mixed rum and tequila together.
I kind of see that.
I don't know that I get that.
To me, it smells
I get a lot of like buttery rum notes, but I don't know that I get much of that tequila.
I get a weird tequila note that's mixing with the rum to the point that it smells like cheap burnt rum and tequila. I actually don't like the nose on this one.
I agree, actually.
I don't know that I get that.
I don't know that I get fully like cheap rum tequila, but like I definitely get the notes of a tequila.
Yeah.
I can kind of see it. I don't get a ton of agave, but I can kind of see it being like an aged, like the sweet oak.
Yeah.
That is just
reminiscent.
reminiscent.
Like an añejo.
Yeah, that is reminiscent of an añejo.
I really hope it tastes different, but the nose is... I actually do not like the nose. And that's a first for me with a Maker's Mark product.
Huh.
I don't mind it, but it's not what I was
I mean, it's not my
expecting.
favorite, and yeah, it's unexpected, but I don't mind it either.
Let's dive into the taste.
Huh.
It's more bitter than other makers I've had. It's sweet up front with brown sugar, and then it's bitter oak. And that's actually all I'm getting.
This is not complex at all.
No.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
So believe it or not, I still like. So this is nowhere near my favorite. I still like it more than that 7 Pure 3 Mocha.
I think I have to agree with that.
And again, considering we still all were like okay with that still tells you this ain't bad.
I don't hate this. It's just not.
This is one of the most disappointing that I've had because I expected a lot from Fine Wine and Good Spirits, but
I would say this.
Let me put it this way. Yeah, this is like subjectively when it comes to Fine Wine and Good Spirits picks, this is not the best.
No, this is probably the worst pick that they have made.
But how many other states had worse picks than this that we still thought were decent?
This is fair.
So,
but I will say this too. Had we found out about this, but nobody would get a bottle, and been really hyped up about like, oh, there's a spring pick coming, so and then it came in the spring and we got this, I would have been a lot more disappointed than I am.
Believe it or not, this reminds me of this. This feels also like this could have been a fall release, where like the flavors are more fitting for like as it's getting colder outside.
Yes.
I guess. I don't know what they were going for with this one. I'm trying to figure out what they were going for, and I can't figure out what they're going for with this one.
I was gonna say this might be one where we might have to let it open up and see how it changes.
I mean, I'm more than happy to
Because it's
try it
going
again.
to, obviously.
I would love to try it again.
Now, do you still want the one that have held?
If I'm gonna be totally honest, I'd rather have 2 FAEO2s than I would the
I was gonna say,
FAE2.
now that I only have one. I only have the one on hold for you, but you can get that at other places.
I can.
I after trying all 3 of these, I want another FAEO too.
Like I would get backups of FAEO2. I like it that much.
Mm-hmm.
But
I was gonna say, and for me personally, I think it's just because there's something about Maker's Mark, even the picks I don't like as much, that just does it for me. Where like I would still turn to this over a lot of what I have on my shelf.
it has its own charm for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't dislike it. It's just not.
Yeah, I mean it's not. Like, I think we're just hyped up by how good the last Fine Wine and Good Spirits pick was.
Maybe.
That when we're comparing it to, we expect, okay, the first two were super decadent, rich, chocolatey, very, very distinct, but more bourbon-like notes. That these two are really different and it's sort of off-putting.
See, I didn't find the fall pick off-putting though, because
Well, yeah, I don't want to say off.
no.
I don't want to say off-putting. I'm just saying maybe more so than the first two, where it's like it's different. It's clearly like these almost seem like they're more experimental than anything, which I'm honestly not against, because I'd like to see them branch out and try these unique. Because while this isn't our favorite, how often is someone going to pick something with that stave profile that tastes this different? You know what I mean?
I'm surprised.
Especially with the fall one.
You know what I kind of want to do? I kind of want to compare this right here and now to the 7 Pure 3.
Want me to grab it?
Yeah, let's
Want to do it in this video?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it right now. Because I kind of want to compare it side by side. Because the more I drank this, the less I was enjoying it.
I disagree. The more I drink it, the more I'm enjoying it.
I'm with Ryan on that one.
The more I drink it, the more burnt notes I get, and the more rum notes I get.
I'm definitely getting the rum notes, but not in a bad way.
Do you like rum?
I like certain rums. I'm getting rum I don't like with this.
Hear me out on this. Take a little sip of water real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna rinse this out, and I'll definitely drink some water.
But take a tiny sip first and see. Because in my experience, a lot of times when you do that, it has quite an effect on it.
I'm getting weird rusty notes.
Well, I eat rust for breakfast on Tuesdays, so that's pretty typical.
This does indeed taste like a hockey player.
This tastes like working on my car, and you know what? I'm okay with that.
So you have a 2017 Volkswagen. You do not deal with that much rust.
Tell that to my fucking exhaust clamp.
Tell that to my rear my rear bumper support, where if you tap that thing the wrong way, it's gonna disintegrate.
I have an angle grinder. You want to cut the bitch off?
No, I'd like there to at least be a rumor of support when that thing gets hit. All right, so yeah, I guess we're throwing another one in here. We're seeing how the 7 Pure 3 Mocha actually stacks up with this.
And this was our least favorite previously,
yes. This is one where I'm not going to count the Fine Wine and Spirits one out until I let it open up a bit.
I have to agree with that. We've all seen what letting it sit for a month can really do.
As much as people want to say, oh, neck pours are bullshit, it doesn't oxidize. Yeah, oxidation is far from the only thing that happens to a whiskey once you open it.
Yeah, no, like a bunch of aromatics and a bunch of flavors and alcohol all evaporate and come into equilibrium. Whenever you first open that bottle,
I'm actually getting low on this one, which is kind of interesting.
Well, didn't you put it into a bunch of blends?
I put it in at least one blend, yes. Cork, please.
Cock.
The cork.
The cock.
The cork.
The big red cock.
Clifford the Big Red Cork. Did we both go to Clifford? Alright. Yeah, so let's see how this compares.
That's what I call it.
Technically any dog, really.
So the nose is a little bit sweeter.
A little bit, yeah.
But it
Also
still
not
has a little bit of
complex.
a tannin to it. It's a little more
Yeah.
complex, but it has more tannic notes to it.
It's a little oakier. Like, this one is more brown sugar and oak. The other one was more, again, I didn't like the nose. It smelled like rum mixed with tequila to me.
I just took a sip. I like the nose of this one better. I like the palate of the Fine Wine and Spirits one better.
Oh. Yeah, no, I like the Fine Wine and Spirits Spring better.
This one has less bitterness to me. I actually like this one better.
I was gonna say, it must be your taste buds that you're getting a bitterness we're not getting, because
It's gotta be.
The Spring Fine Wine and Spirits didn't have anything that really blew me away, but it wasn't. It was another one where it wasn't necessarily unpleasant either.
Right.
This one has a little bit of like a tannic kind of note that I'm getting.
Yeah, this I will say, while I don't find the spring one to be like the most incredible pick ever, like good with anytime I want it, but like Something about this one it's too bitter, too tannic. Just
I feel like both of these were just bad single barrels. I feel like both
Agreed.
of them were bad
And
individual
we have,
barrels.
and again, given this disclaimer again, we're talking relative to other Maker's Mark picks.
Yes.
For a bourbon, these are still good. It's just when we're comparing to a bunch more Maker's Mark picks. Yeah, obviously you're going to have the ones that don't stack up because we've had some... We've been privileged to have some phenomenal Maker's Mark picks on our shelves. So when we start comparing it to ones that aren't phenomenal, obviously we're going to taste it and be like, I'll go for other ones. But compare this to a lot of $60, $70 bottles, and this still stacks up with a lot of $60, $70 bottles.
Yeah. Then there's me, who's in the corner buying like a case of the very first Fine Wine and Good Spirits pick.
I don't even blame you because that one was phenomenal.
I think that one is still my favorite of all time.
It's still definitely up there.
the one with the old label.
Yeah.
The one with the old
fun.
label, it was like 4 mocha,
It was
3
a
cube.
It was a chocolate bomb.
It was a chocolate and espresso bomb. That one was my favorite.
Before I was around.
And what sucks is you're never gonna find one.
No, I know.
The only reason I have one is because of our trade,
Yes.
and I think that was worthwhile.
Yes.
Very upsetting spaghetti.
But you always know that if you ever want to have another taste of it, you say, hey, let's do a lineup where we throw that in there.
Yep.
And boom. That's what's nice is I know when you guys get certain things, if I ever want to have a little sip of it, it's like, oh, we could do this lineup. It includes this, and
Yep.
there you go. Like the 2015 Bookers. If I ever want to have it, I'm like, well, let's do a Bookers lineup because we haven't done it.
Yeah.
Or, oh, hey, let's do a lineup of just older barrel bottles because we're gonna get to or older bottled things because we're gonna get to a point where we can do that.
Exactly.
Because I have like the 2014 Maker's Cask Strength. You have that Bookers. I mean, we have other Bookers from that age. We're gonna get to a point where we're gonna be able to do that. But yeah,
Can you
I
grab
mean,
more water?
Yes.
You grab me one too, please.
yeah. Can you grab me one more as well?
Thank you.
Definitely. I mean, the spring 2022 definitely not a favorite, but again, like I'm not disappointed in any of these either. Disappointed. I mean, maybe relative to what I expected out of a Fine Wine and Good Spirits pick, but not disappointed relative to a bourbon.
Right. Yeah, no, the fall one, you were definitely like, that was definitely one to like set aside and try to hunt down.
Yeah. The spring one, like again, I'm not disappointed that I have it. I mean, I spent the money and I didn't hesitate on that, but like.
Again, it's still a maker's pick. You have
Yeah.
that. The only reason why it tastes soft to us is because we're having it in reference to other maker's picks.
Yeah, we're having it in reference to way too many good bottles. That once you have one that doesn't stack up to a bunch of great bottles, it's gonna taste like okay at most.
Yeah, honestly, if I tried it in 4 days.
This is one of those Maker's picks that would give it a 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah. We tried this again in like 5 days, and it's my first pour. The thing about them is that the nuances really show themselves whenever you compare makers picks. If you don't, you get a lot of makers and then little nuances.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would like it a lot better if it wasn't in reference to all these other makers picks. That's what I think.
Agreed.
I'd agree with that sentiment.
But yeah, that being said, I mean, just to say it one more time, we're not saying this one that's in front of the camera or the Fine Wine and Good Spirits spring one were bad. Just that they don't stack up in comparison to pretty high standards, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see because I'm gonna have to do a lineup of FAE 01, 02, and Fine Wine Fall 2021, Spring 2022 with my father, and I'll have to see what he likes the best, and hope that it's the Fall 2021 because that's what he's getting for Christmas.
You're playing a risky little game.
Risky whiskey.
It is already purchased and in my closet.
But anyway, yeah. Even though this includes the second bottle now, Maker's Fine Wine and Good Spirits Spring 2022.